All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the second war of our season. For war number 2, we matched KenOB. KenOB is the best war alliance in the game. They are the only alliance that we have never beaten when they have tried. So we'll see, maybe this time we can do something against them. So I was on path 6 in section 1 and path 3 in section 2. So the first fight I have in path 6 is this all or nothing brute force thing. I debated for a while whether to bring Quake or She-Hulk for this fight. I talked a bunch to taters and to the other officers, and we kind of settled on She-Hulk, or on Quake. Actually, it went back and forth quite a bit. I have never quaked in Alliance War against a champ above a 455, I believe. Maybe, no, above a 565. I quaked a thing on Power Shield long time ago. Pure parry method, nothing fancy. But the brute force is much tougher. I was very nervous for this fight. I thought there was a pretty good chance I would die. So I boosted pretty good. This cosmic boost is for the next fight. The next fight is a Killmonger. Almost all of the defenders that they have are rank 3 6-stars. You'll notice the first, I think, like 5 fights I have, or first 6 fights, are all against rank 3 6-stars. So I threw on a combat regen boost for this one again, just to help with the brute force, and in case I mess up. Thing does have a self taunt, so he actually can throw a special on all or nothing, but he does need 15 rock stacks to do it. Otherwise, he can't throw it. So even if he gets to a bar of power, if he has like 3 rock stacks, he actually can't throw any specials. So I'm pretty safe there. I'm not going to hit him 15 times. So the plan is to try to kind of jab at him or heavy him or get a hit in before this brute force timer expires, which is every 6 seconds. But he's actually going down pretty quick. We're only 30 seconds in. He's at 58%. Here I did take a bunch of brute force. But again, my only concern with this fight was to solo it. I wasn't going to use Quake for any more fights, so it didn't matter if she finished with 80% or 30%, just so long as I could actually finish the fight. But for the most part, actually, it went super well, much better than I expected. I was never in any actual danger, so that was pretty cool. So I finished with 64% health. Of course, I boosted more than most people would for this fight, but it was a rank 3, so, and I'm also not a Quake player. So yeah, so the second fight is a rank 3 Killmonger, so I do use a power start 1. It's possible he could do it without it, but I wasn't sure. And this was early in the war, so obviously we don't know how the rest of the war is going to go. So the plan is beta heavy and hit him. That way the first reverb timer doesn't actually do any damage. I don't know if the game sound is too loud. Turn it down a bit. So he is a villain. So he does trigger Siphon. So right here, everything was good. I thought he was charging in. He wasn't. So that special didn't kill him. It would have otherwise. And then the reverb timer kicks in. And look at the damage that it does. Let's see. So right there, 3,000. That was the second 3,000. And there's a 4723. So that was 47, 3, and 3. So almost 11k damage just from the reverb. This is a rank 3 6-star. So he's not SIG 200. Otherwise, it would have been even more. But yeah, got through it. Did mess up there with that special. So this fight, this was a crazy one. So this is a rank 3 Modok. Modok is a villain. So he does, of course, trigger Siphon. I was just going in to clean up. And the reason why I wanted to take it was because I could get my auto block charge, which would make the Stealth Spidey fight on the Aggression Fury mini-boss a little easier. I wasn't too worried, only 33% health, so the plan was hit him 3 times, get him to auto block, parry heavy, and then once I had a charge, just parry heavy a couple times and that'll kill him. So right here I really screwed up. This fight has brute force on it, and when he's unstoppable, I should be just parry hitting him once. So yeah, this is very, very poor. Right here I blocked the special, just wasn't going to be risky. And then here I think I throw a heavy to finish it. But yeah, really, really poor fight. Much harder than I thought it would be. Part of it was missing parries. Part of it was not paying enough attention to brute force. So the next fight, this is the Aggression Fury Stealth Spidey. It's the same fight as last war. You can also see I'm already 5 items in. So 5 items, 400 units, right? Because every potion is 80 units. I had let my boosts expire so the healing wouldn't be as much. So I put on a 20% boost for these 2 fights. This fight I probably don't really need the boost. And as the season goes on along, when we're not facing like the absolute top alliances, I won't be probably boosting quite as much. But early in the season, you want to get off to a good start, and especially against NY and KenOB, they're tough. So wanted to give myself the best chance. So this one goes better. He does evade the first hit. Unfortunately, he's block hitting nearly full combo, so it does a lot of damage. But as long as he doesn't have any Fury buffs, it's really not a big deal. I don't really want him to throw an SP2, so I get an SP1 out of him. Again, he evades first hit, and that was nice. He threw a heavy. I don't know if I could have killed him with an SP1, but right here, SP2, of course, will always kill pretty much anybody. So that's it for section 1 and my 1 mini boss. So then I wait for my good friend TJ to move 1 spot so I could do this fight while I was still boosted and had energy. It is a rank 3 Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is not a hard defender. I'm not sure why they place him at all. He's also not a villain, so he doesn't get anything from that. The only thing this node has is evade and auto block, which I don't believe he does anyway. And it has, what is it called? Backup recovery. I was trying to read through because I was confused like why they placed him. Because KenOB is very, very smart in how they place defense, so I wasn't sure what was going on, if there was maybe something I was missing. Reread the node. I didn't go as far as dueling him. I actually dueled Thing a few times before fighting him with Quake, so I usually don't duel too much. You actually should duel. It's quite helpful. But I usually don't. So this fight, so once it starts pretty much, I hit him a few times. And then I realized, okay, I completely wasted that health potion. I wasn't really even trying to necessarily dex his specials. They don't. You can just block it. He's also going to give you the armor breaks to heal you a bit. Although they probably run max despair, so I'm actually not healing despite having that debuff. So very, very simple fight. Nothing to it. Should not have wasted a health potion. Really, really poor by me there. So this fight, I'm going to pause here for a second. This is Node 46, Debuff Immune Special Lock 1. I had dueled her also several times to see if I could heavy counter her. So if I beta heavy, can I get my heavy in? She has a very short heavy, so it's really hard to heavy counter her, and most champions cannot. However, Corvus has a pretty long reach on his heavy with his long stick, so I tried it in duels. It worked every single time. I don't know how many times I tried it, but it always landed. So keep that in mind when you watch this fight. This was overall completely atrocious by me. I did boost again, not crazy boosts. I think I actually did use a 20%er again, mostly just because it was KenOB, and this is a rank 3 defender, of course, so you know, it's always more dangerous with a higher rank. I mean, she does have 10k attack, so even though she can't crit, that degen is actually pretty strong. So my plan is to bait the heavy, get in my heavies. That was just, I don't know what I was doing, just random heavy. Got very lucky she didn't counter. So right there, I must have been too slow and missed it. Again, she didn't counter, so very lucky. And I think at this point I just said, okay, I'm just going to bait the heavy, do 1 hit. That time I thought I had it. But I guess I still didn't, although I don't know what I was doing there, yeah. So just, even watching it back makes me kind of frustrated. Horrendous fight. Eventually I just said, screw it, I'm just going to do like short combos, and if she goes invisible, I'll just wait it out. No big deal. After she goes invisible, there's a cooldown timer. So one hit special one and she's dead. Had she clipped me, it certainly wouldn't have killed me or anything, but still. Horrendous fight. Probably my worst one of the season so far. So last fight is this Mordo. Actually, let me go back and look at the items. So this was my 8th item. I actually did use one of these Alliance 4 health potions. So you can see I've used 13. If you remember War 1, I believe I used 6. So 6 of these plus 7 of these in this war is 13, which matches the 25. So 2 wars in, I've already used 13 of these, which is crazy. And I used one of these Alliance, those tier 4 Alliance potions. But this is a Mordo. He is a villain, so he does get Siphon. I again boosted for this fight. I wasn't planning to take any more fights, but I still had these 2 boosts, so I just figured, why not? And I had a really good matchup, and this way I could save items for Taters, because he had to take the boss. Their boss was a rank 3 6-star Man-Thing with 550,000 health. Pretty insane boss. Yeah, so watch his video, see how that goes. Super interesting fight. So my strategy here, he's not control, so obviously way easier than if they were running flow, but they were not. So hope if he can throw even, once he threw basically one special, the fight was basically over. Once he threw the second one, it was completely over. The block damage, he's a noodle, is really not going to do anything. This is only a 565, so this is the only champ I fought this war that was not a rank 3 6-star, which is pretty funny. So bait out one more special, and then SV2 kills him. Pretty easy. Super easy fight. This fight went well. So overall, Thing fight, great. Silver Surfer fight, super easy. Went fine. The Stealth Spidey fight went good. Killmonger fight screwed up. Guillotine 2990 fight, atrocious. And then this fight was pretty good. So that's it for my war. Check out Tater's video. He does take this rank 3 6-star Man-Thing. Pretty crazy fight. So I will show you the stats and the power rating and everything. So through 2 wars now, this is cumulative. I'm 14-0, same solo rate. Kill rating, solo rate. My power rating is 21.29. That is second in my battle group to Brett. Brett, I believe, is like 17-0 or 18-0 or something. He's been amazing. And third overall in the Alliance, so not bad. The units, 560. That is 7 potions because I also used a 6K Alliance quest potion, the one that you can buy for glory. So I'm up over 1,000 units for the season so far. That is a pace of about 6,000 units, but hopefully we get some slightly easier matchups. These are 2 of the 3 or 4 hardest matchups you can get in terms of having a ton of just rank 3 defenders, and they're smart with their placements and everything. I have had people ask me about boosts and trying to incorporate that into the units. I didn't want to have even more columns and make this chart even more confusing. My main source of the green boosts, those 20 and 30% boosts, is the early release bundles. I do usually get those, and that gives you 6 of the 30% boosts, which is usually enough to last through a decent part of the season. So that's where a lot of the boosts come from. I don't usually buy the 1400 unit boosts. I don't think I actually ever have playing this game. I buy the early release bundles, which is probably not smart. I probably should be buying the other ones, but you know, who doesn't like opening a few cav crystals once in a while? So that'll do it for war number 2. Hopefully we get a better matchup in war number 3. We did lose this one 20-6, so congrats to KenOB. We are 1-1 on the season, and I'll see you in the next video.